We have some big-time weather whiplash coming to the Sunshine State. What's going on, guys? Meteorologist Jonathan Keg is back with you. We're going to first talk about the potential for some stronger thunderstorms on the 15th. That's going to be later on this evening as we wrap up the week on a Friday. Again, chance for some stronger storms, mainly to the Panhandle. We're going to time that out for you. Over the weekend, St. Patrick's Day weekend, we are going to build some big-time warmth, potentially breaking records across the Florida Peninsula. We'll make another run for 90 degrees. We did that a few weeks last week at the first 90-degree day in the Orlando area. And then we'll talk about the cold. That is not done yet. We've highlighted this for about the last 6 weeks, that for the third week of March, we'd likely see an intrusion of some big-time cold air, and it is going to arrive early next week, so we're going to break all that down for you. If you want to stay up to date on all things Florida weather as we venture into spring and eventually hurricane season, hit that subscribe button. If you find value in this content, hit that thumbs up for me. It really does help us out a lot. I'd love to know where you're tuning in from as well across the great state of Florida or beyond. All right, so first things first, in the short term, we are watching the chance for some nasty thunderstorms to come through parts of the Panhandle. We're going to fast forward out to 4 o'clock, so just a short time from now, we are going to see scattered storms coming at us from the north and west. So again, heads up into Pensacola. That's going to continue to work its way to the east. Anywhere you see those darker purples in these little cores here, that's where we're going to have some really big hail, the potential for damaging winds, and also the outside shot of a tornado or two. So we just keep that in mind before you go to bed tonight. If you're going to bed a little early, make sure you have a way to get your warnings again as this continues to slide on through. So there's 11 o'clock on your Friday night. This is March 15th. Again, the storms are weakening considerably, and you see them really fizzle out. There's 2 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, maybe a rogue rumble of thunder tomorrow morning, again in the pre-dawn hours around Jacksonville, but you see it there. Most of that stuff really fizzles out, and it should just be light rain, if anything. Next round comes through. That's going to be a cold front right on through there. This is not the front that brings the huge changes just yet, but it does spark a couple of showers, mainly through the northern Big Bend into the Jacksonville area once we get into your early Saturday morning. So again, just keep that in mind. In terms of the severe weather threat, again, there has been an upgrade from the Storm Prediction Center into the risk area for part of the Florida Panhandle. We're now into that level 2 out of 5 category from Pensacola into Milton, Geneva. This is going to be west of Tallahassee. We have that marginal risk around Tallahassee. But again, the heightened severe weather threat, we showed you that progression there, that deeper into the evening and further to the east, that line of storms weakens considerably. But here we could have some nasty stuff rolling out of Louisiana into Mississippi, into Alabama, and then eventually right on into the Florida Panhandle. So again, just keep that in mind. Have a way to get your warnings tonight. Could be some rock and thunderstorms on your Friday evening, March 15th. Then the changes come our way. We're talking about it being really, really warm for St. Patrick's Day weekend. I'm going to show you that in just 1 second. Then I'm also going to show you the chill that comes through. But here's the pattern. This is what we highlighted back in late February. You see it right there. Big ridge of high pressure builds over the desert southwest. Big ridge in the jet stream. Trough, though, in the jet stream out east. This is one of the reasons why we're having all of those nasty thunderstorms as well. That's a very active jet stream pattern. Then the trough in the east allows that colder air to spill down the eastern 2/3 of the country and then right on in to Florida. So here we go, March 16th. This is Saturday, March 16th. These are the model forecasts. I do think it's a little low. I think in here we could be getting into the upper 80s tomorrow, hanging around 90 degrees both Sunday into Monday as well. So here we go, 5 o'clock, and that's for the Florida Peninsula. You do see that cold front that we were talking about that could bring us some scattered showers in the Panhandle tomorrow. Look at that, only 60s in Pensacola, 70s in Tallahassee. Meanwhile, everybody's blazing hot in Central and South Florida. And then as we get into Monday, same kind of deal. The secondary front comes through, starts to cool us down in Central Florida back to the upper 70s, 64 in Pensacola. We're still nice and warm in South Florida. And then look at this. There's March 19th. This is going to be Tuesday. 7 o'clock in the morning, we're going to be waking up to temperatures in the low to mid 40s in the Florida Panhandle, 48 in Jacksonville, still hanging on to the upper 40s and lower 50s across Central Florida. We're still warm in South Florida. It gets a little bit colder. Look at that, highs in Central Florida on Tuesday, going to struggle to get out of the 50s. So when we talked about this, that the cold air was likely going to come back in with a vengeance, there it is, 7 o'clock in the morning. We're back in the 40s in Orlando, 44 in Tallahassee, even cold. Cool for us. Closer to Fort Lauderdale, Port St. Lucie, Miami, we're going to fall back into the 50s as well. All right, your pinpoint forecast for tomorrow for the entire state of Florida. We'll start with North Florida. There are those higher rain chances. We're back to the mid 80s, and then we'll cool things back down behind that front. We're at 86 in Gainesville, 82 in St. Augustine. The breeze out of the west, and then shifting to the north and west as that front comes through. There we go. This is our official forecast, which is why, again, the numbers are higher. 88 in Orlando for your Saturday, 86 in Vero Beach, Cape Canaveral. We are at 83. Tampa, we're at 85. Daytona Beach, we are at 86. And then for us into South Florida, again, the heat continues to surge. This is where we could push 90 over the weekend. Okeechobee, Belglade, Orlando, Kissimmee as well. Lower 80s along the Gulf Coast from Fort Myers into Bradenton. Middle 80s in Fort Pierce through West Palm into Fort Lauderdale and into Miami. The Keys looking pretty good. Lower 80s, again, just a stray opportunity for a shower. Alrighty, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, if you found this content helpful, would love for you to hit that thumbs up button. If you want to stay updated on the crazy Florida weather, all you need to do is hit that subscribe button, and we will catch you next time.